morning. I'm Val Sansing. I'm the lead pastor here at Life in the City. We're just so excited to have you here. We did this last night, and oh my gosh, we're so excited to do it again today. It's just so much fun. Life in the City is a 2-year-old church. We've only been around for a couple of years as a church. And this is something that we do 3 times a year, and it is our joy. Our mission is to share the radically inclusive love of God and Jesus Christ for the healing and wholeness of mind, body, and spirit. We're a very creative congregation. You're going to see some amazing creative gifts here today. But we're also a very justice-minded, socially conscious congregation. And so we just want to share a couple things about the congregation and some things that are coming up. And we hope that maybe you'll come join us for some of these things. We're going to be in Pride this next weekend on Saturday. The band, we plan out in front of the Paramount. And we'll be handing out candy and meeting people and just being a part of that amazing movement. Pet Fest is something we are doing, a new thing, October 23rd. So we're just putting it out there, mark your calendars. It's going to be here on our campus. We're going to have a parade, and we're going to have booths, not booths, booths, and activities for kids, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And we'll do a blessing of the animals. We're a very animal-friendly place. On any given Sunday, you will see anywhere from 1 to 7 dogs here worshiping with us, and sometimes toads and turtles and other creatures, and once in a while a brave kitty. We begin a new message series the first weekend of September after we're done with Hamilton. And it's going to be on story. We're going to be connecting our story with God's story and just figuring out what a difference that makes in our lives when we're kind of moving through the book of Acts. And then yoga. And y'all are into yoga. We have yoga here every Tuesday in St. Thomas of the Caribbean to become secretary of the Treasury. But so much more than that. It really is the hottest ticket on Broadway, and you get to come for free. But you might be kind of wondering why Life in the City, a faith community, would be doing this. We're presenting Hamilton not simply because it's just inspiring, but it really has so much to say about the spiritual life, so much to say about life and death, and salvation, and sacrifice, and forgiveness, and grace. So be listening for those themes, and we'll be pointing some of those out. But most of all, I'm excited because this is just some amazing music. So you get ready for 60 minutes of amazing hip-hop, just extravaganza. It's amazing. We're only presenting about a third of the original musical, and it will be there over an hour with this. So what we've done is we've added narration, and I'll be your narrator. Pieces that wouldn't be in the musical. So before we get started, I'd like to ask you to join me in prayer. God, we are grateful for this day, grateful for this opportunity to be together and to have this experience, this amazing music. We thank you for just the creators of this musical, for all the energy and all the excitement that's gone into this. I just want to lift this up and pray that it will be all that you intend for it to be. Help us to be present with you, to learn whatever each of us needs to learn and to know about you, about ourselves, about the world, about your amazing love and grace. And as we pray for ourselves and pray for this time, we also just lift up our world. So much need, so much hurt in our world. We lift up those among us who are struggling in mind or body or spirit. We lift up those we know that have been so deeply impacted by all the flooding. Particularly our brothers and sisters in Louisiana. We pray that all your children would be surrounded by your love, by provision, by mercy. So we just give you thanks for your love and grace. We give you thanks for this very moment in time. We lift our prayers. We give you thanks in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Amen. And now, Life in the City presents highlights from Hamilton.
How does a bastard, orphan, son of of a whore and a Scotsman, dropped in the middle of a forgotten spot in the Caribbean by providence, impoverished and in squalor, grow up to be a hero and a scholar.
The $10 founding father without a father got a lot farther by working a lot harder, by being a lot smarter, by being a self-starter. By 14, they placed him in charge of a trading charter.
And every day while slaves were being slaughtered and carted away across the waves, he struggled and kept his guard up. Inside, he was longing for something to be a part of. The brother was ready to beg, steal, borrow, or barter.
Then the hurricane came and devastation reigned. Our man saw his future dripping down the drain. He put a pencil to his temple, connected it to his brain, and he wrote his first refrain. Testament to his pain.
Well, the word got around, they said, this kid's insane, man. Took up a collection just to send him to the mainland. Get your education, don't forget from where you came, and the world's gonna know your name. What's your name, man?
Alexander Hamilton. My name is Alexander Hamilton. There's a million things I haven't done. Just you wait, just you wait.
When he was 10, his father stood full of it, debt-ridden. 2 years later, see Alexander's mother bedridden, half dead, sent in their own sick, the scent thick, and Alex got better, but his mother went quick.
Been with a cousin, the cousin committed suicide, left him with nothing but ruined pride, something new inside a voice saying,
Alex, you gotta fend for
he
yourself.
started retreating and reading every treatise on the shelf.
There would have been nothing left to do for someone less astute. He would have been dead and destitute without a cent of restitution. Started working, clerking for his late mother's landlord, trading sugar cane and rum and everything he can afford.
Scamming.
For every book he can get his hands on.
Planning.
For the future, see him now. As he stands on the bow of a ship, headed for a new land. In New York, you can be a new man.
In New York, you can be a new man. In New York, you can be a new man. In New York, you can be a new man. In New York,
You wait.
Alexander Hamilton. Alexander Hamilton. We are waiting in the wings for you. Waiting in the wings for you. Never got down. We never let you take your time. Oh, Alexander Hamilton. Alexander Hamilton. America sings for you. Will you know what you overcame? Do you know you wrote the game? The world will never be the same.
The
Oh,
ship is in the harbor now. See if you can
just
stop
you
it.
wait.
The immigrant coming up from the
Just you
bottom.
wait.
Destroyed his rep America forgot him. We fought with him.
Me, I died for him.
I trusted him.
Me, I loved him.
And me, I'm the damn fool that shot him.
There's a million things I haven't done. Just you wait.
What's your name, man?
Alexander Hamilton. New York City.
Pardon me, are you Aaron Burr, sir?
That depends who's asking.
Oh, sure. Sir, I'm Alexander Hamilton. I'm at your service, sir. I have been looking for you.
I'm getting nervous.
Sir, I heard your name at Princeton. I was seeking an accelerated course of study when I got sort of out of sorts with a buddy of yours. I may have punched him. It's a blur. Sir, he handles the financials.
You punched the bursar?
Yes, I wanted to do what you did, graduate into and join the revolution. He looked at me like I was stupid. I'm not stupid. So how'd you do it? How'd you graduate so fast?
It was my parents' dying wish before they passed.
You're an orphan. Of course, I'm an orphan guy. I wish there was a war and we could prove that we're worth more than anyone bargained for.
Can I buy you a drink?
That would be nice.
While we're talking, let me offer you some free advice. get ahead.
Yes.
Fools who rush their minds often wind up dead.
Oh, yo, what time is it? Showtime!
Like I said,
Showtime, whoop! I'm Johnny Lawrence, the place to be. Two twice as damn bad, but I'm working on three. Woo! Those red ghosts don't want it with me. You're like a pop, shake a pop, got to run.
A wee monarchy, je m'appelle Lafayette. The Lancelot got the revolutionary set. I came from afar just to say bonsoir, telling me that is what was the best. C'est moi. I am Hercules, Montpellier, Arctic, London. Yes, I heard your mother say, Cavalier! Hey! Daughters of horses. Of course, it's hard to rejoice over force, and of course, that's
One more step for me, another groove, son. Let's raise a couple more to the revolution. Fully today, the prodigy of Princeton College.
Aaron Burr.
Give us a verse, drop some knowledge.
good luck with that, you taking a stand. You spit, I'ma sit, we'll see where we land.
Well, revolution's imminent. What do you stall for?
You stand for nothing, Burr. What do you fall for?
Oh, who are you?
Who are you? Who are you? Who is this kid? What's he gonna do?
I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey, yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. I'ma get a scholarship to King's College. I probably shouldn't brag, but yet I'm amazed and astonished. The problem is I got a lot of brains but no polish. No matter how it is to be heard, with every word I got knowledge. I'm a diamond in the rough. I'm a shining piece of gold. Trying to reach my goal. My power speech unimpeachable. Only 19, but my mind is older. These New York City streets get colder. I shoulder every burden, every disadvantage. I don't manage. I don't have a gun to range. I walk these streets to vanish. The fan is sparking to a flame. The day is getting dark. Let's spell my name. I am the
We are meant to be.
a colony that runs independently. You weren't written, keep spitting on us endlessly. Essentially, they tax us relentlessly. They King George turns around on the spending spree. He ain't never gonna set his descendants free. There'll be a revolution in a century. And to me,
He says in parentheses.
don't be shocked when your history book mentions me. I will lay down my life if it sets us free. Eventually, you'll see my ascendancy. I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. I'm just like my country. I'm not scrappy and hungry. I'm not throwing away my shot.
I am not throwing away my shots. I am not throwing away my shots. And you're just like my country. I'm not scrappy and hungry. I'm not throwing away my shots.
Not to take a shot.
I dream of life without the monarchy. The unrest and breath will lead to anarchy. Anarchy. How you say? Oh, anarchy. When I thought they knew the other side, vanity was my love. Killing the tailors and princes. So they got the stock up because it's local forensics. I'm joining the rebellion because I know it's my chance. So to the advance. It's time to sell some pants. I'm gonna take a shot.
And we will never be truly free until those who find you with the same rights as you and me. You and I, wait till our stallion is the stallion. Off the doors back, battalion. Have another show.
Geniuses, lower your voices. Stay out of trouble and you double your choices. I'm with you, but the situation is fraught. You got to be carefully taught. If you talk, you're gonna get shot.
Bird, check what we got. Mr. Lafayette, hard rock, like Lance a lot. I think your pants are hot. Boys, I like you a lot. That's such a fun fucking in the kettle, phone or rock. What are the odds and guys that put us all in one block? I'm just watch conventional wisdom like it or not. Watch a revolutionary, manumission, abolitionary. Give me a position, show me where the ammunition is. Or am I talking too loud? Sometimes I get overexcited, shoot off with the mouth. I never had a group of friends before. I promise that I'll make y'all proud.
Let's get this guy in front of a crowd.
I am not throwing away my shots. I am not throwing away my shots. And you're just like my country. I'm not scrappy and hungry. I'm not throwing away my shots. I am not throwing away my shots. I am not throwing away my shots. And you're just like my country. I'm not scrappy and hungry. I'm not throwing away my shots.
Everybody sing, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, whoa, woo, whoa. Let 'em hear ya. Let's go. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
downtown and slumming it with a ball. They show up in their carriages in dark, and the students and the common just to watch them talk. Take Philip Schuyler, the man is loaded. But oh, little does he know that his daughters, Peggy, Angelica, Eliza, taken to the city just to watch all the guys at work.
Angelica, Eliza,
Schuyler sisters.
Eliza,
Daddy said to me, oh, my son down.
Daddy doesn't need to know.
Daddy said to me not to go downtown.
Like I said, you're free to go, but look around, the revolution's happening in New York. Shouting in the square, no ideas in the air. Look around, Angelica, remind me what we're looking for.
She's looking for me.
Eliza, I'm looking for a mind that'll work. I'm looking for a mind that'll work. I'm looking for a mind that'll work. Whoa, 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 whoa.
There's nothing like someone in the city, someone in a rush next to someone looking pretty. Excuse me, miss, I know it's not funny, but your perfume smells like your dad. He's got money. Why you slumming in the city in the fancy heels? You searching for a religion that can give you ideals?
Bert, you disgust me.
Ah, so you disgust me. I'm a trust fund, baby. You can trust me.
I've been reading Common Sense by Thomas Paine. So men say that I'm a tempter, I'm insane. You want a revolution, I want a revelation. So listen to my declaration. We hold these truths to be self-evident that I'm not created equal. And when I meet Thomas Jefferson, I'm a compelled to include women in the sequel. Work!
Look around, how lucky we are to be alive right now. Look around, how lucky we are to be alive right now. History is happening in Manhattan. We just happen to be in the greatest city in the world. In the greatest city in the world. Look around, let go and say that I'm happy. And you're wrong. We hold these truths to be self-evident that I'm not created equal. Look around, how lucky we are to be alive right now. History is happening in Manhattan. We just happen to be in the greatest city in the world. In the greatest city in the world. Angelica, Eliza, Schuyler sisters, we're looking for a minor. Hey, in the greatest city in the world. Greatest city in the world.
Talk of revolution catches fire, and the war is on with Great Britain. Hamilton was ready to fight for freedom, and he inspires others to be willing to lay down their lives for the cause. No king across the pond should be regulating them. The colonies suffer under the weight and taxes of King George, who continues to be unwilling to free the colonies. The war escalates, and the revolution takes on a life of its own.
You say the price of my love's not a price that you're willing to pay. You cry in your tea, but you hurl in the sea when you see me go by. Why so sad? Remember we made an arrangement when you went away. Now you're making me mad. Remember, despite our estrangement, I'm your man. You'll be back, soon you'll see. You'll remember you belong to me. You'll be back, time will tell. You'll remember that I served you well. Oceans rise, empires fall. We have seen each other through it all. And when push comes to shove, I will send a fully armed battalion to remind you of my love. Da 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 da, da 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 da. be back like before. I will fight the fight and win the war for your love, for your praise, and I'll love you till my dying days. When you're gone, I'll go mad. So don't throw away the sleep we had, 'cause when push comes to shove, I will kill your friends and families to remind you of my love. Da 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 ya da 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 ya da 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 ya da da da. Everybody. Da 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 ya da 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 ya da 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 Thank you. Yes. Thank you, guys. Spotlight. We were at a rebel with some rebels on a hot night, laughing at my sister as she's dazzling in the room. You walked in and my heart went boom, trying to catch your eye from the side of the ballroom. Everybody's dancing and the band's top falling, right to the rhythm as we wine and dine. Got my sister and whisper, yeah, this one's mine. My sister made her way across the room to you, and I get nervous thinking what she gonna do. She grabbed your by the arm and thinking I'm through, and you look mad at me and suddenly I'm helpless. Walking all night, so helpless. Down for the count and I'm drowning, helpless. Into you, my eyes so into you, I'm helpless. I know. Down for the count and I'm drowning.
Where are you taking me?
I'm about to change your life.
By all means, lead the way.
Elizabeth Schuyler, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Skylar,
My sister, thank you for all your service.
if it takes fighting a war for us to meet, it will have been worth it.
I'll leave you to it. 1 week later, I'm writing a letter nightly. Now my life is better every letter that you write me. Laughing at my sister cause she wants to form a heroine.
I'm just saying, if you really love me, you would share a ha.
2 weeks later in the living room dressing, Father stone face while he's asking for his blessing. Dying inside as they wine and dine, and I'm trying not to cry cause there's nothing that your mind can do. My father makes his way across the room to you. I'm waiting for a second thinking we're through. Then he sits your hand and says be true, and you should back at me smiling. Look into your eyes and the sky's the limit. I'm helpless. Down for the count and I'm drowning in a helpless. That boy is mine. Sky's the limit. I'm helpless, helpless. Down for the count and I'm drowning in a.
Eliza, I don't have a college in my name, an acre of land, a troop to command, a dollop of fame. All I have is my honor, a tolerance for pain, a couple of college credits in my top-notch brain. Insane, your family brings out a different side of me. Peggy confides in me, Angelica tried to take a bite of me. No stress, my love for you was never in doubt. We'll get a little place in Harlem and we'll figure it out. I've been living without a family since I was a child. My father left, my mother died. I grew up buck wild, but I'll never forget my mother's face. It was real. As long as I'm alive, I swear to God, you'll never feel the same.
I do. Angelica Schuyler. A toast to the groom,
To the groom, to the groom, to the groom,
to the bride,
to the bride, to the bride, to the bride.
his sister. Is always by your side. To your union,
It's a revolution.
and the hope that you provide.
You provide.
Always satisfied. I remember that night, I just might regret that night for the rest of my days. I remember those folks once drifting over them sounds through wet off praise. I remember that dream like candlelight, like a dream that you can't quite place. But Alexander, I'll never forget the first time I signed a page. I had never been the same. Intelligent eyes and a hunger pain. And when you said hi, I forgot my dang name. Set my heart aflame, every part aflame.
This is not a game.
Like me, as a woman who has never been satisfied.
I'm sure I don't know what you mean. You forget yourself.
No one like me, I'm never satisfied.
Is that right?
I've never been satisfied.
My name is Angelica Schuyler.
Alexander Hamilton,
Where's your family from?
unimportant, there's a million things I haven't done. Just you wait, just you wait.
No, no, no. So this is what it feels like to match with someone that you love. What the heck is a catch? It's the feeling of freedom of seeing the light. It's been pregnant with a key and a kite. You see it, right? The conversation lasts 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. Everything was in a total agreement. It's a dream and it's a bit of a dance. A bit of a posture, it's a bit of a stance. He's a bit of a flirt, but I'm gonna give it a chance. I asked him about his family. Did you see his answer? His hands started fidgeting. He looked askance. He's penniless, he's fine, but I see his pants. His handsome, boy, does he know it's peach fuzz and he came and roars. I wanna take him far away from this place, and I turn and see my sister's face, and she is helpless. And oh, she is helpless. And her eyes are just helpless. And I realize 3 fundamental truths at the exact same time.
Where are you taking me?
I'm about to change your life.
By all means, lead the way.
Number 1, I'm a girl in a world in which my only job is to marry rich. My father has no son, so I'm the one who has a social crime for one. So I'm the oldest and the wittiest and the gossip in New York City is insidious. And Alexander is penniless. How that doesn't mean I want to marry less. Elizabeth Schuyler, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Schuyler.
My sister. Please ask me because I'm a sad sister, never get satisfied. Have to be naive to set that aside. Maybe that is why I introduced him to our lives, and now that's his bride. He's going Angelica, he was right, he will never be satisfied. Thank you for all your service.
It takes fighting a war for us to meet that will have been worth it.
I'll leave you to it. Number 3, I know my sister like I know my own mind. You will never find anyone as trusting or as kind. If I tell her that I love him, she'd be silently resigned. Deeply mine, she would say I'm fine. She'd be lying. But when I fantasize in nights, Alexander's eyes, as I romanticize what might have been if I hadn't sized him up so quickly. At least my dear Elias is his wife. At least I keep his eyes in my life. To the groom,
To the groom, to the groom,
to the bride,
to the bride, to the bride, to the bride.
sister. Always by your side. To you, yeah.
To the revolution.
And the hope that you provide.
well-known ladies' man. The story goes that Martha Washington named her feral tomcat after him. Even though he always had an eye for the ladies, though, his love for Eliza never wavers. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Colonel Aaron Burr falls for a married woman. He is consumed with his love for Theodosia. She's married to a British officer. He begins to give in to his temptation. He begins an affair with her. And so begins Aaron Burr's downward ethical and spiritual spiral. He rebels against his Christian roots. In fact, his grandfather, Jonathan Edwards, one of the best known of all Christian theologians. So he rebelled, allowing his lust and deceit and cynicism to reign in his life. But his jealousy of Alexander begins to take hold as well.
Theodosia writes him a letter every day, keeping her bed warm while her husband is away. He's on the British side of Georgia, trying to keep the colonies in line, but he can keep all of Georgia. Theodosia, she's fine. Love doesn't discriminate between the sinners and the saints. It takes and it takes and it takes. We keep loving anyway. We laugh and we cry and we break and we make our mistakes. And if there's a reason, I'm by your side. So many try. I'm willing to wait for it. I'm willing to wait for it. His grandfather was a fire and brimstone preacher. But there are things that the homilies and hymns won't teach her. His mother was a genius. Father commanded respect. When they died, they left no instructions, just a legacy to protect. Death doesn't discriminate between the sinners and the saints. It takes and it takes and it takes. We keep living anyway. We rise and we fall and we break and we make our mistakes. And if there's a reason I'm still alive, everyone who loves me has died. I'm willing to wait for it. I'm willing to wait for it. Wait for it. I am the one thing in life I can control. I am inimitable, I am the original. I am the falling behind your running lanes. I am not standing still, I am not way. Hamilton faces an endless uphill climb. He has something to prove, he has nothing to lose. Hamilton's pace is relentless, he wastes no time. What is it like in his shoes? Hamilton doesn't hesitate. He exhibits no restraint. He takes and he takes and he takes. He keeps winning anyway. He raises a stake, changes the game and he plays. And if there's a reason, he seems to thrive, but so few survive. I'm willing to wait for it. I'm willing to wait for it. Life doesn't discriminate between the sinners and the saints. It takes and it takes and it takes. We keep living anyway. We rise and we fall and we break and we make our mistakes. And if there's a reason, I'm still alive. So many have died. I'm willing to wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Wait for it, 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 wait for it.
Battles are being fought throughout the colonies. General Washington needed a right-hand man. For a time, Alexander was that man. He served as Washington's aide-de-camp for several years, but he was later dismissed by Washington. But the Americans, they were outgunned, outmanned, outnumbered, outplanned. They needed to make an all-out stand, and the tide was about to turn.
What's a ragtag volunteer army in need of a shower? Somehow defeat a global superpower. How do we emerge victorious from the quagmire? Leave the battlefield waving Betsy Ross's flag higher? Yo, turns out we have a secret weapon. An immigrant you know and love who's not afraid to step in. He's constantly confusing, confounding the British henchmen. Everyone give it up for America's favorite fighting Frenchman.
Lafayette! Take this house by the ring, make a red coat, cross the bloody state. Lafayette! Never learn something and make a rubber, burn them up, scatter their remains. Lafayette! Once we engage in them, escaping them, and raping them. Lafayette! We're friends for more fun. Lafayette! Back with more guns and ships, and so the balance shifts.
We rendezvous with Rochambeau, consolidate their gifts.
We can end this war in Yorktown, cut them off at sea, but for this to succeed, there's someone else we need.
I know.
Hamilton! He knows what to do and Trenton to do it the best. With the best of me. Hamilton! He's gonna have to give me eventually. What's he gonna do with the best of me? Hamilton! I'm not gonna do it, so that is my tactical brilliance. Hamilton! Fight for your right back. Hamilton!
Get my right-hand man back.
Hamilton!
Get your right-hand man back.
Hamilton! Get your right-hand man back. Hamilton!
Alexander Hamilton. Troops are waiting in the field for you. If you join us right now, together we can turn tide. Oh, Alexander Hamilton, I've got soldiers that will yield for you. If we manage to get this right, they'll surrender by early light. The world will never be the same.
The Battle of Yorktown, 1781. Lafayette and Hamilton lead the American troops into battle. Immigrants get the job done. They take their shot, and the world is turned upside down. Suddenly, the war is over. They've won. They negotiate the terms of surrender. And tens of thousands of people flood the streets. The new nation is born. But what comes next? They're just discovering how hard it is to be a new nation on their own. In the meantime, Hamilton's first son is born. He settles into civilian life with Eliza and his family.
After the war, I went back to New York.
I finished up my studies and I practiced law.
I practiced law for work next door.
Even though we started at the very same time, Alexander Hamilton began to climb. How to account for his rise to the top? Man, the man is non-stop.
Gentlemen of the jury, I'm curious. Bear with me. Are you aware that we're making history? This is the first murder trial of our brand new nation, the liberty behind deliberation. Non-stop. To the prove beyond a shadow of a doubt, the fine civil counsel.
Cold counsel Hamilton, sit down. Our client Levy Weeks is innocent. Call your first witness. That's all you had to say.
Okay, one more thing.
Why do you assume you're the smartest in the room? Why do you assume you're the smartest in the room? Why do you assume you're the smartest in the room? So that attitude will be your doom. Right like you're running out of time. Right day and night like you're running out of time. Every day you fight like you're running out of time. Keep on fighting in the meantime.
Corruption's such an old song that we can sing along in harmony, and no race is stronger than an Albany. This colony's economy's increasingly stalling, and honestly, that's why public service has to be called. Non-stop! Practice the law, I practically perfected it. I've seen injustice in the world, and I've corrected it. And now for a strong little democracy, I've got the loving Socrates throwing verbal rocks at these mediocrities.
Hamilton at the National Convention.
I was at the Constitutional Convention.
There as a New York Junior delegate.
Now what I'm gonna say may sound indulgent.
Propose and proposes his own form of government. His own plan for a new form of government. He talks for 6 hours. The convention is listless.
Right, young man. Yo, who the heck is this?
Why do you always say what you believe? Why do you always say what you believe? Every proclamation guarantees free ammunition for your enemies. Why do you ride like it's going out of style? Fight day and night like it's going out of style. Every day you fight like it's going out of style. Do what you do. Alexander,
Aaron Burr, sir.
it's the middle of the night.
Can we confer, sir?
Is this illegal, man?
Yes, and it's important to me.
What do you need?
Burr, you're a better lawyer than me.
Okay.
I know I talk too much. I'm abrasive. You're incredible in court. You're succinct, persuasive. My client needs a strong defense. You're the solution.
Who's your client?
The new U.S. Constitution?
No.
Hear me out.
No way.
A series of essays anonymously published defending the document to the public.
No one will read
I
it.
disagree.
It
Sir,
fails.
that's why we need
The
it.
Constitution is a mess.
So it needs amendments.
It's full of contradictions.
So is independence. We have to start somewhere.
No.
You're making a mistake.
Good night.
Hey, what are you waiting for? What do you stall for?
What?
We won the war. What was it all for? Do you support this Constitution?
Of course.
Then defend it.
What if you're backing the wrong horse?
We studied, and we fought, and we killed for the notion of a nation we now get to build. For once in your life, take a stand with pride. I don't understand how you stand for the
I'll keep all my plans close to my chest.
Wait for it, wait for it.
I'm waiting to see which way the wind will go. I'm taking my time, watching the afterbirth of a nation, watching the tension grow.
I am sailing off to London. I am accompanied by someone who always pays. I have found a wealthy husband who will keep me in comfort for all my days. He is not a lot of fun, but there's no one who can match you for turn of phrase. My Alexander, don't forget to ride. Look at where you started. The fact that you're alive is a miracle. To stay alive, that would be enough. And if you're right, it's a reflection of your time. If I could grant you peace of mind, would that be enough?
Alexander joins forces with James Madison and John Jay to write a series of essays defending the new United States Constitution entitled The Federalist Papers. The plan was to write a series of 25 essays, the work divided equally among the three men. In the end, they wrote 85 essays in the span of 6 months. John Jay got sick after writing 5. Madison wrote 29. Hamilton wrote the other 51!
How do you write like you're running out of time? Write day and night like you're running out of time. How do you write like you're running out of time? Running out of time, running out of time. How do you write like tomorrow won't arrive? How do you write like you need it to survive? How do you write every second you're alive? Every second you're alive, every second you're alive.
They're asking me to lead, and I'm doing the best I can to get the people that I need. I'm asking you to be my right hand.
Treasury or state?
I know it's a lot to ask.
Treasury or
To
state?
leave behind the world you
Sir,
know.
do you want me to run the Treasury or State Department?
Treasure.
Let's go.
Alexander,
I have to leave.
Alexander.
Look around at how lucky we are to be alive right now.
Help them.
They're asking me to
Look
leave.
around. Isn't this enough? He will never be satisfied. He will never be satisfied. 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 He will never be satisfied. Satisfied. History has its eyes on you.
I'm not throwing away my.
Just you wait,
I am not throwing away my.
just you wait. Alexander Hamilton, Hamilton, just you wait.
I am not throwing away my shot.
$1789. How does a bastard orphan immigrant decorated war that unite the colonies through more debt fight the other founding fathers till he has to forfeit? Have it all, lose it all, get ready for more yet? Treasury Secretary, Washington's the president. Every American experiment sets a precedent. Not so fast. Someone came along to resist him. Ticked him off until we had a two-party system. You haven't met him yet. You haven't had the chance because he's been busy as the ambassador to France. Enter Thomas Jefferson, another man, powerful man, who'd already locked horns with Alexander, James Madison.
Ah, Mr. Secretary,
Mr. Burr, sir.
Did you hear the news about good old General Mercer?
No.
You know Claremont Street?
Yeah.
They renamed it after him, the Mercer Legacy Secure.
Sure.
And all he had to do was die.
Well, that's a lot less work.
We ought to give it a try. How you gonna get your debt plan through?
I guess I'm gonna finally have to listen to you. Talk less, smile more. Do whatever it takes to get my plan on the Congress floor.
Now you know Madison, Jefferson, Mercer.
Well, hate the sin, love the sinner.
Hamilton.
I'm sorry, Burr, I gotta go.
But
Decisions are happening over dinner.
two Virginians and an immigrant walk into a room diametrically opposed foes. They emerged with a compromise, having opened doors that were previously closed. The immigrant emerges with unprecedented financial power, a system he can shape however he wants. The Virginians emerge with the nation's capital, and here's a pièce de résistance. No one else is in the room where it happened, the room where it happened, the room where it happened. No one else is in the room where it happened, the room where it happened, the room where it happened. No one really knows how the game is played, or the drink, how the sausage gets made. We just assume that it happens, but no one else is in the room where it happens. Thomas Wayne.
Alexander was on Washington's doorstep one day in distress and disarray.
Thomas Wayne.
Alexander
I
said,
know where else to turn.
and basically begged me to join the fray.
Thomas Wayne.
I approached Madison and said, I know you hate him, but let's hear what he has to say.
Thomas Wayne.
Well, I arranged the meeting, I arranged the menu, the venue, the seating.
But no one else is in the room where it happened, the room where it happened, the room where it happened. No one else is in the room where it happened, the room where it happened, the room where it happened. No one really knows how the parties get yes. The pieces that are sacrificed in every game of chess. We just assume that it happens, but no one else is in the room where it happens. Meanwhile, Madison is grappling with the fact that not every issue can be settled by committee. Meanwhile, Congress is fighting over where to put the capital. It isn't pretty. Thompson approaches with a dinner and invite. Madison responds with Virginian insight.
Well, maybe we can solve one problem with another. Win a victory over Southerners and other words.
Oh,
Quid pro quo.
I suppose.
Well, wouldn't you like to work a little closer to home?
Actually, I would.
I propose to Potomac.
You'll provide his vote?
Oh, well, we'll see how it goes.
Let's go.
Go! No one else is in the room where it happened, the room where it happened, the room where it happened. No one else is in the room where it happened, the room where it happened, the room where it happened. God we trust, but we'll never really know what got discussed. Click, boom, there it happens. But no one else is in the room where it happens. What did they say to you to get you to sail New York City down the river? Alexander Hamilton. Washington know about the dinner was a presidential pressure to deliver. Alexander Hamilton. Or did you know even then it doesn't matter where you put the nation's capital?
Because we don't have the banks. We're in the same spot.
You got more than you gave.
And I wanted what I got. When you got skin in the game, you stay in the game. But you don't get a win unless you're playing the game. Oh, you get love for it, you get hate for it, you get nothing if you wait for it, wait for it, wait. God help and forgive me. I want to build something that's gonna outlive me. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want to say? What do you want?
I wanna be in the room where it happens, the room where it happens. I wanna be in the room where it happens, the room where it happens. I wanna be in the room where it happens, the room where it happens, the room where it happens. I wanna be in the room where it happens, the room where it happens. Hold your nose and close your eyes. Want our leaders to save the day. We don't get to say what they train away. We dream of a brand new start, but we dream in the dark for the most part. Dark as the room where it happens. I've got to be the room where it happens. I've got to be the room where it happens. I've got to be the room
than traditional churches, but like most organizations, we need those who believe in the cause to support the cause. So we're passing the plate. And as the plate passes, I want you to be reminded of what the Schuyler sisters said. Look around. Alexander emerged with unprecedented financial power. He set about creating the National Bank. He continued to work at a maddening pace. And over again, Eliza tried to convince him to take a break, to come away with the family. But Alexander was relentless. He was nonstop. It was while Eliza and the family were away that things began to go terribly wrong. A charge was brought against him for improper speculation, but in fact, his crime was much more personal than that. His real crime was an amorous connection with a married woman for a considerable amount of time. Eliza was heartbroken, and the relationship was deeply damaged. Then, in a tragic turn of events, the Hamiltons' beloved son, Philip, got into an altercation with another young man. Defending his father's honor, Philip challenged him to a duel, and Philip was mortally wounded. The Hamiltons are grief-stricken. They're inconsolable. Their son is dead. Their marriage is in shambles. Where can they find comfort? Where can they find grace? Where can they find forgiveness?
There are moments that the words don't reach. There is suffering too terrible to name. You hold your child as tight as you can and push away the unimaginable. The moments when you're in so deep, it feels easier to just swim down. The Hamiltons move uptown and learn to live with the unimaginable.
Hours in the garden, walk alone to the store, and it's quiet uptown. I never liked the quiet before. I take the children to church on Sunday, sign across the door. That never used to happen before.
If you see him in the street, walking by himself, talking to himself, have pity.
Philip, you would like it uptown. It's quiet uptown.
He is running through the unimaginable. His hair is going gray. He passes every day. They say he walks the length of the city.
Knock me out, I fall apart.
Can you imagine?
Look at where we are. Look at where we started. I know I don't deserve you, Eliza, but hear me out, that would be enough. If I could spare his life, if I could trade his life for mine, he'd be standing here right now, and you would smile, and that would be enough. I don't pretend to know challenges we're facing. I know there's no replacing what we've lost, and you need time, but I'm not afraid. I know who I married. Just let me stay here by
conflict between Burr and Hamilton continues to grow, and it reaches a breaking point in the presidential election of 1800, when Jefferson and Burr are deadlocked in a tie. Hamilton is upset that Burr has once again changed his ideals for personal gain. So Hamilton throws his support behind Jefferson, who ends up winning the delegates by a landslide. Burr is outraged. He begins exchanging letters with Hamilton, and he ultimately challenges him to a duel. Before dawn, Burr and Hamilton travel across the river to the site where Hamilton's son was shot. And two men who were once friends, now bitter rivals, they walk off their 10 paces.
I imagine death so much it feels more like a memory. Is this where it gets me? On my feet? Several feet ahead of me? I see it coming. Do I run or find my gun or let it be? There is no beat, no melody. Burr, my first friend, my enemy, maybe the last face I ever see. If I throw away my shot, is this how you remember me? What if this bullet is my legacy? Legacy? What is a legacy? It's planting seeds in a garden you never get to see. I wrote some notes at the beginning of a song someone will sing for me. America, you great unfinished symphony you sent for me. You let me make a difference. A place where even orphan immigrants can leave their fingerprints and rise up. I'm running out of time. I'm running in my times up. Wise up. Eyes up. I catch a glimpse of the other side. Lawrence leads a soldier's chorus on the other side. My son is on the other side. He's with my mother on the other side. Washington is watching from the other side. Teach me how to say goodbye. Rise up, rise up, rise up, Eliza. My love, take your time. I'll see you on the other side. Raise a glass to freedom.
He aims his pistol in the sky.
Wait!
I strike him right between his ribs. I walk towards him, but I am ushered away. They row him back across the Hudson. I get a drink. I hear wailing in the streets. Somebody tells me you'd better hide. They say Angelica and Eliza were both at his side when he died. Life doesn't discriminate between the sinners and the saints. It takes and it takes and it takes. History obliterates every picture that it paints, and it paints me all my mistakes. When Alexander aimed at the sky, he may have been the first one to die, but I'm the one that paid for it. I survived, but I paid for it. Now I'm the villain in your history. I was too young and blind to see. I should have known. I should have known the world was wide enough for both Hamilton and me. The world was wide enough for both Hamilton and me.
Let me tell you what I wish I know. When I was young and dreamed of glory, you have no control. Who lives, who dies, who tells your story?
President Jefferson.
I'll give him this. His financial system is a work of genius. I couldn't undo it if I tried. And I tried.
Who lives, who dies, who tells your story?
President Madison.
He brought our country from bankruptcy to prosperity. I hate to admit it, but he doesn't get enough credit for all the credit he gave us.
Every other founding father's story gets told. Every other founding father gets to grow old.
And when you're gone, who remembers your name? Who keeps your flame? Who tells your story? Who tells your story?
Eliza, I put myself back in the narrative. Eliza, waste some time on tears. I live another 50
worship. We hope you've had your heart touched. We want you to go with this blessing. Go from this place. Just share this good news of God's love that surrounds us, that holds us up, that carries us through all things. Go with this blessing. May the Lord bless you and keep you. Make his face to shine upon you. May the Lord bless you deeply, thoroughly, every day of your life. Amen.
Amen.